This makes a whole lot of noise for not going anywhere. Check her out. I know you are probably asking, why? Towel, is it that you have a ZX-10 and you're riding the 500 today? Well, allow me to elaborate. I was going to the store the other day and I looked over at the ZX-10 and I was going to jump on it, but then I looked over at the 500 and I was thinking, man, it's been a while since I rode this thing. Let me get on it and ride it before the battery before the battery dies. So I jumped on, turned on the key, and the battery was dead. I mean, there was enough juice to turn the little light thingies on, but it wouldn't turn over. So I push started it. Then I rode it around town for a little bit to charge up the battery. And the last couple days I've been riding it to work and back. But one of the things that I noticed about the bike was, this is a damn comfortable bike to ride. I kind of miss it. So here I am being a little nostalgic with it. And you know, and after owning both bikes, I wanted to kind of give my opinion after jumping back on this thing about what I noticed right off the bat. You know, like I said, number one, it's comfortable. It's comfortable as shit. And that's what the great thing about it is. You know, the riding position, you're upright, the handlebars are high. So it's almost like owning a supermoto, but you can't take it off-road. Or can you? I'm not going to try. So I was thinking about that. I was thinking, like, you know, if someone were to come up to me and ask me, hey, what bike would you recommend as my first bike? I would say something like this. You know, one of the lower CC bikes, like a 300 or a 500, because Honda now makes those 500s. I don't think they're CBRs, and if they are, then, you know, please correct me. But this is it's not only is it easy to ride, but it's a very forgiving bike too. You know, there's not a lot of horsepower, so it's not going to get out from underneath you. And that's probably one of the best things that I appreciate about this bike. You know, when I first started riding, I started off life on a 250 and then I moved up to a 500. But that bike and this bike are almost exactly the same, except for engine size and a little bit of the design style and all that stuff. But I generally like this bike. And, you know, I'll pull over in a little while and I'll kind of walk you around it. You know, if you've never seen a 500. And this one's a 06 or 07. And it was really cheap. When I found it on Craigslist. As many of you know. But I wanted something that was affordable because I drive an F350. You know, as my primary vehicle. And that thing, I'm not going to say it sucks down diesel, but you know, just riding it back and forth to and from work every day. You know, that's a crap ton of money out the door. You know, one of the other things that I appreciate about this bike is the fact that unlike that guy and my ZX-10, this thing gets like 60 miles to the gallon. My ZX-10 probably gets, what, Half of that? Yeah. So as an everyday bike and as a commuter bike, this thing is awesome. I love it. Ugh. Oh, I did that with my shield closed. Ugh. Nothing like tuna salad and a Diet Pepsi. Ugh. You know, one thing that scares me about riding my ZX-10 everywhere is the fact that it's a pretty, I'm not going to say highly sought after, but it's a leader bike, so it's pretty tempting. And I'll show you why this one isn't as tempting to people to steal. And I don't mind taking this thing and leaving it out, you know, if I got to go to a movie or something like that, but this is why. Because it's an outdated design. You know, it kind of reminds me of, you know, Tom Cruise's Ninja 900 that he rode in Top Gun. What it looks like, except for it's got that bottom fairing right there. I don't think his did. But, you know, some of the things that I do like about this bike, this big ass mirror, windscreen, blocks a lot of wind when you're riding. These mirrors are aftermarket. When I bought it, these were already on there, but they're extra wide, so you can really see really well behind you and onto your sides. And here's the other thing that I really liked about this bike when I sat on it. This right here. Look at that. Look how soft that is. It just caresses your butt. Oh, this huge banana seat. You don't see this on too many sport bikes nowadays. I think you'll see this on something similar to this, not as wide like on a Supermoto, but man. Oh, what else was there? There was this. You don't see that on a lot of bikes anymore. Little luggage hooks for the luggage strap that goes over. Yeah, so if you're looking for a bike on Craigslist, these are pretty good finds, especially if you're learning how to ride for the first time. When I gotta run little errands, like run to the grocery store or something like that, I can take this out instead of the ZX-10. Oh, and this is for you Australians out there. You know, I remember during the winter months here where it was cold, and I would watch your videos and think, God, I'm so jealous. Look at how nice and warm it is outside, and it looks so comfortable. It's 100 degrees right now. It's hot. You guys can have this heat back.